This is a traffic jam.
This, that, and the third.
Traffic jam.
Doing this, that, and the third.
And now for our favorite topic on This and the Third, and that is none other than relationships. So Miss Rici, what's topping off our relationship segment this week?
Okay, so one of the questions I got from Battle of the Sexes.
Straight up.
Thanks, TJ. What is your biggest pet peeves?
Biggest pet peeves in a relationship, I'm assuming, because that's
Yep.
the segment we're talking about. I have several. I like a woman that smells like a flower at all times. I like the essence and the aroma of her to be something that is alluring and attractive. If you smell like skin, kind of a pet peeve, man. I just feel like you're not trying.
What is skin?
It's just skin. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no fragrance to you. You just smell like flesh. You know what I'm saying? You smell like a DMX CD. Like I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I like a woman to smell like a woman. What's one of yours? And I'll get some more.
Not making up the bed. Oh, that burns my soul.
Wait. But what happens if y'all, like, you make it up? If you're the bed maker-upper, why would he make the bed up? Unless y'all make it up together.
So let's just say I leave first, or I'm out the bed first, and I'm gone about my day. If I come home,
The bed should be made. The bed should be made.
I won't get picky on putting everything exactly how, let's say I do it, but make that shit, please.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna keep it with the physical. I'm going to say, like, too much space in between your boobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love big ass titties, forgive me, but like if the shits, you know what I'm
So
saying?
when women wear them shirts and they
And
be
it
like
just be
way
like,
apart.
yo, how am a titty fuck that? How am I gonna titty fuck that? You gotta
has
go
to bring
here
them
and go
together.
here and there. But I just like boobs that are smashed together versus a river runs through them. What say you?
Piss on the toilet.
That happens often.
I hate that shit. If you do it, get some tissue and wipe that shit up.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie, wipe the seedy. What the fuck, man? We were taught that at a young age. I would say crusty ass heel of foot. I need to get you a peg and help you. Cause I hate when it look like a bitch has been axe kicking flour for her entire adult life. I hate it. What say you?
Dirty fingernails.
Got him.
I need them to be clean and like filed.
Right.
Like don't try to do nothing with them,
Right.
and they're not clean to file. It's COVID now. Come on.
Come on, man. I hate a clumsy bitch. 2 left feet, I don't need in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a lady that has style and grace and can just damn near float into a room. Not stumble and trip and chip her motherfucking tooth and now she
Yeah.
looks like Nas.
Yeah.
What say you?
So the backstory to this is growing up as a kid, I used to have like water bottles everywhere, right? My mom used to be like, whose water bottles is this? Renee, come get your goddamn water. Like I have one in
It
the
was a
kitchen, in the
thing.
bedroom, right?
Right.
And not just, good enough, you know.
Right.
So I hate for a guy to leave a trail of his shit.
Okay.
Why do you have 3 pairs of shoes here? You can only wear one. It's one here, it's one there, it's one, like, put them up.
What we doing?
Why is your jacket here? Why is your shirt here? Like, put your shit up.
Yeah. One of my pet peeves is floaters. Like, I don't want to know anything about a woman and her dookie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never want to see you flush prematurely and a little floater was left behind to say hello to me when I come to piss all over the toilet seat. I don't like it. I won't stand for it. Also, sanitary napkins, dog. Find a better way. I want to feel as if I live alone. So I don't want to see any bloody napkins, any purple bags tied up in knots. I don't want to see none of that shit.
So, okay, I was gonna ask you about that when you said smells. So basically, when it's that time of the month, she should just stay away.
Yeah, what are we doing? Like, if we go together 3 weeks a month. Yeah, type shit. I don't, and what happened was, I'm not that nasty nigga that all the girls be like, oh, he's so nasty. That nigga do some nasty shit. I want to. No, I'm not. I'm very big up, schmink up. You know what I'm saying? Call me L7 all you want to. And I made it clear to this young lady, like, I'm not on that shit. I'm not trying to do none of that shit. I'll give you your time and space, and we'll get back to it once On Flow has checked out. You know what I'm saying? And she said one thing, and another thing happened, and I thought I committed bloody murder. And it traumatized me. And I don't like to be around during that time of the month for that reason, dog. And it's not a smell thing. Like, if you got the wing, wong smell to your shit, like, let's break up. Let's break up. But if you just, you know, everything, all things considered that come along with that time of month, I don't like to deal with none of that shit. That's why I gotta make it big so that she don't feel bad when I'm on the east wing and she's on the west wing. You know what I'm saying? Because if our crib is small, I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to do that. So I need a big enough house that I'll still be in the crib with you. I'm still holding you down, just from the opposite side of the estate. You got any more?
Nah, those are my real big ones. The piss on the toilet is real big for me.
Yeah, it feels
and
like
clean
it.
up behind yourself.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's interesting though? You said you used to leave water bottles around as a child. Nigga, water bottles didn't exist when I was a child. The water bottles came out in like the 90s.
I mean, like, you were born in what, 80 something?
Yeah.
You were around.
But I'm just saying, like, I was.
Well, in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I was younger, not.
But I'm
a
just
little
thinking
baby.
about how, like, when I was growing up, nigga, we didn't have bottled water. Is what I'm saying. We drank out of hoses and faucets. Like, we used to put our mouth under the faucet to drink cold water.
I didn't do
Yeah,
that.
niggas didn't have water bottles.
No, well, maybe we a little bougie. We kept it in water bottle.
Maybe we were impoverished. What else we got in relationship?
Okay. What's a deal breaker for you in a relationship?
Crusty ass feet, funky ass breath, smelling like flesh, sanitation napkins. We just discussed this. Nah, just playing. Now, a deal breaker for me, man, would have to be something that deals with self-esteem issues. Like things I can't, like the internal work has not
Things
been
you
done.
can't.
The internal work has not been done. I can't build or destroy your self-confidence. It's self-confidence. It's self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that these are external contributing factors, but at the end of the day, you have to decide your worth.
Yeah.
You have to decide your happiness, your joy, your completeness, your level of satisfaction. And that's why I'm looking for an individual that doesn't look for me to complete them, but looks for me to complement them. You're already complete, you're already whole, you're already who you need to be. You're single. And we come together and we get on some, together we're single. But a dependent motherfucker, they look down upon themselves in terms of their self-worth, or just overall insecure type motherfucker, I cannot stand.
Yeah, and I would say you probably see that more in women. It's in men, but it's more obvious in women.
Okay.
It's hard.
How does it manifest itself in men though? Like, how can you not see it?
You can't see it right away. Because if a man is like approaching me, he's not going to approach me insecurely or
Right.
like.
He at least gonna fake it till he make it type shit.
Yeah. So you don't catch it right off.
Right.
But you have to dig. You have to ask questions.
Yeah.
So, like, one question I asked this guy, like, what do you do? What's your thing that you do to make you happy or to bring you peace? Like, so every day when we wake up, if you have a busy day, right, and you're like, oh, for me, it's like, oh, I know I need to go work out early in the morning before I start my day, because if I don't, I'm off, right? Or if things happen in my day that irritate me, I'm gonna be irritated.
Yeah.
But if I work out, none of that shit matters. I'm able to like knock all that stuff out the way. If a person says to you, well, it's based on me being around someone else that I enjoy being around.
Codependency.
It's like, no,
Red flag.
No, I'm saying, what do you do
Right.
for yourself?
I go around others that do stuff that make me feel better about me.
Yeah, so it's
That
little stuff like
codependency
that.
shit.
It doesn't come off right away. You kind of find it out later on.
Yeah.
So. But a deal breaker for me is a man with multiple kids, with multiple baby mamas.
Damn.
I will not do. I cannot do.
Right.
And then mama's boys. Now, and it's a fine line, because I like a guy that that loves his, like, cherishes his mom, right? Obviously, I got boys and they gonna cherish me, and so the girl better get used to it. But I need you to, like, be independent of your mom.
Yeah.
Not like Calvin, like, don't even know how old his mama is.
62-ish.
See what I'm saying? No.
I did my research. Spoke the other day. Hey, mama.
Did you?
We did.
Okay,
We
good.
did. I didn't ask her birthday. I mean, I didn't ask her age. I just did the math. But I mean, again, yeah, you don't want to be as extreme as me, and I'm working on it. Dog. I'm trying to get back to love. But I would also say that one of mine is kind of like a tacky motherfucker, dog. Like, I'm not saying that you have to be the belle of the ball,
Right.
but you can't be wearing loose boots. You know what I'm saying? You can't be wearing Uggs in the summer. You can't be doing certain things that
Wait,
just don't.
Uggs in the summer?
Thick ass Mario boots in the summer, bro. No, bro.
So that's like a bohemian chic look. It depends.
A what? A what?
It's bohemian chic. And I only say this because when I lived in Arizona,
Right.
obviously it's warm most of the time.
Yeah.
But those slightly cool days,
Right.
maybe like a day like today.
You
would
gonna
be
throw some
considered
Uggies?
Uggs with some shorts and like a look. Like
If you put it together nice, maybe I'm being too general with the Uggs.
but if you got some Uggs, a bonnet,
Some
and
dirty ass
leggings.
year-round Uggs, dog. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah,
What are we
yeah.
doing, bro? The girls who don't understand that your toe is not supposed to scrape on the front of your open-toe shoe or sandal, bro. The you know what I'm saying? Just the
Shoes too
little,
small. Stop.
the little things, bro. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not saying you got to be all dimed and dolled up all the time. You can have on the most casual, whatever look,
Right,
but
right.
it's the effort that's put into it in the small little details. And it's like, man, if you have coarse elbows, you don't care about yourself, bro. Like, just hit it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you realize your elbow is coarse, get some chapstick and cheat.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
cheat. You know what I'm saying?
I
But get the
agree.
coarseness up off of there, man. So I can't stand a tacky hoe. Can't stand a tacky hoe.
Okay, last question. Let's see. I don't know. I know where I was going with some of these questions. How do you fix bitterness? How do you not become a bitter bitch?
Wow. I was just having a conversation with one of my OGs yesterday, and she was having a conversation about her situation. She's about 60.
Okay.
She's not my mama, though.
Okay.
But, you know, we was talking or whatever, and relationships came up, whatever. And she always got good insight. And she was saying how it's sometimes as simple as realizing when the situation has changed. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that you were a part of that change, and it takes two to tango type shit. So once the change has occurred, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So if we was in a relationship and I decided I'm no longer feeling you and we had to ban this and the third, there was probably a part that you played in that. And I made a decision based off that, or vice versa. But now that the situation has changed, let's not play the game. Let's not act like it hasn't changed. Let's check in. Let's have an update conversation. Let's have another level setting conversation. You can't just be like, man, we've been rocking for 10 years or even 10 months, so it is how it was from day one. No. A lot of things have changed. So let's identify that the circumstances and situations surrounding our relationship have changed. And because of that, what are we going to do? We're going to go to counseling, we're going to separate, we're going to have an open relationship, or it's changed for the better. And now I want to lock it down, I want to let it down.
Right.
But like, let's have a real conversation about the situation having changed. And people all too often are just so scared about what that conversation will lead to, or what owning your part in that situation might be, that situation change might be, that maybe it wasn't your fault. Maybe you are a good guy, but you're just not good for me, or we're just not good together. And coming to that reality that it's not anybody's fault, it just is.
Yeah.
That will avoid bitterness ever happening. Once bitterness has occurred, there ain't shit I can do about that. You gotta take that up with your Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is nothing that the nigga who you're bitter towards can do to help offset your bitterness unless he falls off or dies. Because now you're gonna be like, man, maybe I feel guilty or bad that I was bitter, so let me change but it's too late at that point. I was told one time, and I want to hear from you on this subject, I was told one time that, you know, it's not about doing well and trying and making an effort and trying to do the best by that person, or, you know, if it's a children involved, a co-parenting situation, like, your success is not that person's success in their eyes if they're bitter.
Yeah.
Your detriment is success in that person's eyes. So until you fall off, they're never gonna be happy or satisfied or even just not bitter. Because it's like, dog, this motherfucker keeps winning, keeps doing better. I taught this nigga that. I groomed this nigga, and now he's wifing that. Like, I groomed him, now he's wifing that.
Yeah.
That leads to bitterness. When it's like, man, reasons, seasons, and lifetimes is the best way to explain that shit, bro.
Until you get over it.
Yeah.
Until you emotionally detach.
Yeah.
Well, and I was told that, not everyone knows how to detach like you, Reese. I get it.
There are very few.
But I think you all need to learn.
She'll be holding courses this fall.
Just because I think, bitterness comes in from not being over a situation and not dealing with whatever emotional feelings you had about the situation, and you never got a chance to express it, right? So you feel like you got the short end of the stick, you got fucked in the situation, and you just not happy with yourself and the outcome of the situation. That's how I think it starts. I think
that speaks to the point that you mad at yourself, really. You mad at your decision making, your inability to discern the situation.
But you're putting it on them.
Type shit.
Right? And then in order to get over that, you have to do some self-reflecting. One, you got to be tired of being mad.
Type shit. That's draining.
And I think some people just like to be...
They get used to it.
Yeah.
It's just, this is how I am. This is who I am.
With that person. You know what I mean? Like, everybody else gets...
Fuck out of here.
Sons and...
Yeah. And that's
fun
when you
times.
know that it's that, because you mad as fuck at this one individual, but you're the joy of the party.
With everybody
every
else.
other situation.
Yeah.
So which one are you?
It really comes with, like, some self-evaluation. I just feel like, even though it's a lot of women out here, there's a lot of men out here that are like mad and bitter.
Yeah.
And so I just want everybody to take a moment and look up a good therapist. Find some counseling. Find a life coach. I don't know. Find somebody to talk to.
Help is out there.
That you feel like there's no judgment, right? They don't necessarily know you personally. Because I think everybody wants that or needs it, right? Just needs to just be like, you know what? Here's all my shit.
Yeah.
Now help me figure it out.
Sort through it.
Yeah.
Sort through it. Help me reshuffle this deck, reset the deck. And I'll even, and to your point, my girl out in Seattle, what up, JJ? She says it's best, and it makes the most sense, to start going to therapy. Couples therapy was the conversation we were having, before there's problems.
Yeah.
Before there's even problems. Let's just make this a part of what we do. So then when a problem occurs, we know how to process how we're feeling. We know how to communicate, and we know what not to do when times are tough.
That's good. I think we
go
definitely need to do that.
Therapy reactively, it seems like.
No, we do.
But I think that in terms of people trying to overcome their bitterness, one, it starts within, and it starts with accepting the fact that bitterness is a problem. Bitterness exists. Yeah. Right? What they say, the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem, and then you want to do something about it.
Yeah.
But motherfuckers like, man, I ain't bitter. That nigga just ain't shit, or that bitch just ain't shit. It's
Girl,
like,
you bitter.
It's easier to look out the motherfucking window than it is to look in that mirror, but that's what a lot of us need to do. Probably me included. You know what I'm saying? There's probably something or somewhere along the way that I could have done better by a person or people, and probably look at it like, nah, that was their fault. That was their bad. And it's like, there's probably something that you also had to do with it.
Yeah.
And the more you tell yourself a lie, the more you tend to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So now you're like, oh, it's been goddamn a lifetime ago that I was lying about that shit, so now it's just my truth. And it's like, bruh, sis, get help. Seek help.
Right.
But I think that about wraps us up for this week's episode of This and the Third. Literally. We thank y'all for tuning in and turning up with us. Be sure to tell a friend to check us out each and every Thursday live on IG and other social media outlets at noon Chicago Standard Time. And you can always check us out on all platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, and soon to be Spotify by searching This, That, and the Third with the third spelled I, like the Roman numeral 3. Once again, it's been a pleasure serving as your host. It's your boy Calvin Leroy King, the third. My lovely co-host with the mostest, Miss Rici Pieci, the one and only. And we are the Undisputed King and Queen of Chicago Podcast. Check us out.